So data transfer, import, export data between CSV and DATAFRAME. Yeah, both of you get quite. So today we are going to talk about how to import and export data between CSV files and DATAFRAME. So today's topic is concentrate on the copying data from CSV file to DATAFRAME. We are going to talk about this. Okay. So transferring data between CSV files and DATAFRAME, before going to discuss about this, we have to first understand what is CSV file. CSV stands for comma separated value. It stands for comma separated value. Okay. What is the meaning of the comma separated value? Comma separated means what happened, the informations are stored in the tabular format. The informations are stored in a tabular format, but it is stored just like a plain text. It is saved as a plain text. Okay. But here data is separated by comma. Data is separated by comma. What is the meaning of the separated by comma like this? Suppose this file I am created in a notepad. I'm going to start the notepad here. Okay. And in a notepad, I'm going to create a one file like this way. Suppose I'm writing here admission number. Yeah, I'm writing here employee ID. Okay, imp ID. Then I'm writing here employee name. Then I'm writing here designation. Okay, and you can say job or you can say post, and I'm writing here salary. So what I'm doing here, I'm writing first. I'm written the column header. This is the column header, and these values are also separated by comma. Okay, if you want to write the name with the space, you can give the space, no problem. A space is just like a word separator, but comma is a value separator. Comma is a value separator. What is the meaning of the comma here? Comma means this is the one value and this is the another types of the value, and this is the another types of value, and this is another type of the value. Enter key, it is used for the next line. If you want to write the another record, you have to press the enter key and move to the next line. Now I'm going to write the employee ID here, 1254, and I'm writing the name. Acha, don't try to give the space just after the comma. If you are giving the space just after the comma, then that space is also becomes the part of the data. That is also become the part of the data. So these things you have to understand always. So now I'm writing here Anjeev Singh, and I'm writing here principal. Okay, and I'm giving the salary this much. Okay. This is the lockdown time, so I'm free to give any salary to anyone. Okay, it's not too much high. So next I'm writing that's 25469, and I'm writing your name here, and I'm joining you. You join as a PGT, and you are getting the good salary. Why you are getting less salary this time? And this is the another. Suppose the another is there, and this is the TGT, and I'm giving him 50,000. Okay, so it's a nice salary. So this records are just created. Now this is the time to save the file. So I'm going to save the file. So I'm clicking on the save as here or save button, and now I have to move on my respective directory. I'm going in my Python program. I'm going to save the file in the same location. Otherwise, and what we are going to talk, we are learning about the pandas. So moving in the pandas lab, no, not panda lab. We are moving in the pandas, and in a panda, I'm going to save. No, in a pandas lab only, not in the pandas lab. Yeah, here only. Okay, and here I'm going to save one file which name is just I'm writing employee amp data dot csv, and instead of the .txt I'm writing here all files, and I'm saving this. So now my file is get saved in a pandas lab. Okay, so this way we can create the csv file. And what is the advantage of this? I'm just telling you, I'm just showing you in the next part. Look at this. Why csv? What is the advantage of the csv? The first thing, the csv file is a simple. The first thing is the CSV file is a simple. The first thing, okay, it is compact and it is ubiquitous, okay, and it is common format for the data interchange. It can be open in Microsoft Excel, it can be open in LibreOffice Calc, it can be open in OpenOffice Calc, and any types of the spreadsheet software can support export and import to the CSV format. Okay, do you know what is the meaning of this ubiquitous? Yes, can you please tell me?
No, sir. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Its meaning is it can be used for the universal. It's a universal format. It can be used universally everywhere. Okay, universally, and it's there is another word is also that is related to this ubiquitary and something like this. So universal is the common word for us. So now you can understand this meaning is the universal. It's a use everywhere. Okay, so that's why we are using this format. This format is used because the first thing, it is a simple. You can easily create in a notepad. You can read this file in a notepad, the first thing. Second thing, easy to exchange the data because you are creating the file in a notepad. It is in a simple plain text format. So any software, with the help of the any software, you can open it. This is the one advantage. And if you want to open it through the spreadsheet software, to open the spreadsheet, use the spreadsheet software. No one is going to ask you why you are using that software. I'm just showing you after this slide. So now, before going to reading from a CSV file to the data frame, I'm going to open that file. I'm going to open this file in a Excel. I'm going to open this file in Excel. So for that, I'm going to open the My Explorer. Okay. So My Explorer is open here, and I'm moving in this folder D drive, and in a D drive. Why I'm going on the D drive? Why not? It's a recent. It's available here also, I think. Yeah, look at this file is here, and now I'm going to open with, or I'm open the file location. This file is here, look at this, and I'm going to open with, and I'm getting the this much options here. I can open with the WordPad, I can open with the Notepad, I can open with the LibreOffice, I can open with the Excel. So I'm going to open it through the Excel software. I'm going to open it through the Excel software, and you can find it. You can find it, this software, and this file is opened here in a without any problem. Look at this. Is there any problem here? And data is separated in different columns and different rows automatically. So this is the advantage of using the CSV format. Okay. So now it's asking to save. I'm going to no, don't save. I don't want to save anything. And now I minimize it. Okay. So now how we are going to read the CSV file to a data frame. If you want to read the CSV file to a data frame, for the same we have to use the read CSV. We have to use the read CSV function. There is a read CSV function that is used to read data from a CSV file into a data frame. What is the syntax of this? And you have to call the read CSV through the pandas. Okay. And then you have to provide the name of the file with their path. With their path like this. This is the name of the file, and these all are the path of the file. This is called path. Means this is the folder, and this subfolder is in this folder, and this folder in this drive. Okay. So you have to provide the path here. Now look at this. There is a one example. This is the my CSV file, and I'm going to read this CSV file, and I want to store this CSV file in a data frame. So I have to write only 3-line code. Actually, it is the 1-line code. The first line that is used for the import statement. So you have to give an import statement, and then you need to be called this function pg.readcsv, and you have to provide this d:/python program pandas data CSV, and then at last you have to print the data frame. Okay, so this way you can do that. Okay, that now I'm going to give an example. I'm going to show you. So what happened? And now one thing you can observe here, while I'm writing the path, I'm using the double slash. Why? Because one slash is a special character for the Python. In a Python, we all know escape sequence character constant. This is used for the escape sequence character constants. So if you are giving the one slash, it's going to understand this is just like a special character. So that we are using the double slash here. We are using the double slash here. But if you want to use in a single slash, you have to use this R. You have to use this R, and then you have to provide the path just after the R. R stands for the raw data. So in this way, you can write the file path with the single symbol. But I'm going to tell you, whenever you are going to use the latest version of the Python and pandas, in that case, if you write the path by using the single backslash also, you are not getting any error message. In this case also, you are not getting any error message. You can use the file path with a single backslash, or you can use with the double backslash. There is no problem. No need to use the R. But earlier, if the previous version you are using, you are working with the previous version of Python, in that case, you have to use the R. if you are going to write the path in this way. Okay, so now I'm going to give a one example. For that I have to open the Python. So let's start the Python. My Python is already started. I'm going to open a new file. Okay, and in a new file I have to write only some few statements, only 3 lines I have to write. So now I'm going to write the 3 statements. Okay, import pandas at PD, and now I'm going to use data frame is equal to PD dot read CSV, and now I have to provide a path, and my path is this d:/double Python program slash pandalab, okay, slash emp data dot CSV. This is my file name, and I'm giving the double slash here. Why? Because initially I have given that double slash. So this is the my code. Please read the code in a proper way. It's showing everything. Okay, if you are giving the double slash, look at this. It's showing that the name of the file, everything are here. So we are getting this. Now what I have to do, I have to simply print df. First save the program, and because this my source file is there, so I'm going to save this program in a that folder only. You can save it anywhere, no problem. Okay, and your program will be executed there also without any problem. But I'm going to save this program here, CSV to df demo. Okay, CSV to df data frame demo. I save the program in this way, and now I'm going to run the module and look at this. It will take some time, and after that, yeah, read the data and look at this. All informations are available in a data frame, and now you can perform the anything. Look at this. I'm writing df dot name. I'm writing here df dot name. I'm getting the name column, df dot job. I can write df dot job also. I can do any function. Oh, job. Why error is there? Can you please tell me? Because I have written J in a small letter and here J in a capital letter. So this way we can read the transfer the data from CSV file to the data frame. Okay, so now move on the next. Next, there is the some customization. Now we can do the different types of the customizations. We can handle the different types of the condition and situation. So for that, we have some different commands and some different options we have to use. So reading from CSV file with a customized column name. What is the meaning of the customized column name? As I shown you, this is the data here. Suppose this is the data here. Suppose this is the data here, and I want instead of this, now I'm moving on this output here. Look at this. What happened? Whenever you read the data, you are getting this line as a column header. This is your column header. Employee ID is the first column, name is the second column, job is the third column, and salary is the fourth column. So now this time, instead of this column heading, I want something different. I want my own data column. So for the same purpose, we have a one argument with the read CSV, and that argument is called names argument. So we have to use the names argument. Okay, to specify our own column name. If you want to specify your own column name, you have to use this. So what is this? After writing this statement, put the comma here and just write names equal to and provide the name of the column as a list. And now whenever you are going to read the data, it's going to read the data in this way, and it's giving the output in this way. Okay, so now I'm going to show you through the example. So I'm moving in the Python here. Look at this. First I have to clear the screen, and then I'm moving on this my program. This is my program, and now here what I'm going to do, first I'm going to increase the size of this code window so that we are able to view the every code. Now I'm putting the comma and pressing the enter key and writing the here names. What I'm writing names. It's not name, it's a names. And I'm going to specify my first column, and I'm writing here EID. I'm writing here my first column is the instead of the employee ID, I want to write EID, and instead of the name, I'm going to write e-name. Instead of the job, I'm going to write here designation, and instead of the salary, I'm going to write perks. Okay, and now I'm closing the square bracket, and let's see what happened. If I'm going to run this code, it will ask to save already saved. So now look at this output. What happened? It's a reading. Whenever you are specifying the names column, the first row is also counted as a record. So that's why imp ID, name and job and salary, these all things are counted as a row here, and it's shown as a record in this data frame. Okay, so right now there are 4 rows, but actually in actual we have only 3 rows here. Okay, so if you want to specify your own columns, then there is a one option, and that option is that from your CSV file you just remove the column header like this way. Look at this. In this example, in my data CSV, you can notice that I have not mentioned the any column name here. I have not given the any column name here. My file is containing the records only the data. And in that case, whenever I'm using the names, this names column, the given column, the specified columns are shown at this place. Okay, but there is a one more solution for this. And what is the solutions? And the solution is that sometimes we don't want to use the first row as a header row, and our CSV file also does not have the header. So in that case, what we will do, we will write header equal to none. There is a one more option, that is the header equal to none, and this is used to ignore that this file does not have column header. This file does not have column header. So I don't want to use this row as a column header. So what happened? I have written here header equal to none. And whenever I write here header equal to none, it's going to give automatically their own headers. It's giving the automatically their own headers like this way, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is the another customization. So one arguments you understand, that is the names is allowed you to specify the column name, and header is allow you to tell us that my data does not contain the any header, so you please provide your own header. In that case, what happened? Your Panda is going to provide the default header, and that is 0, 1, 2, 3 like this way. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. So move on this code, and what I'm doing here, I'm going to write the both code together, and let's I want to check what happened. If I'm writing the all together, then what happened? I have to check. Let's wait. No, this time header is not working. Why? Because I have already written the names here. So what I'm doing, I'm going to remove these names. I'm going to put this header at this place, and I'm making this comment. Okay. So now I'm going to run this code and check it. Yeah, this time it is working fine. Getting my point?
Yes.
Okay, so move on the next. So now you understand how can use the names and how can use the header with the read CSV. Okay. So next is the times. Here you can get the facility, you can skip the rows. Means reading from a CSV file with skipping rows. We can skip the rows also if we want to read from a CSV file. So how we can skip the rows? To skip the rows, we have to use one argument, and that argument is called skip rows. What is the name of the argument? That argument is called skip rows. So there is a skip rows argument, in that you can provide the value in a two-way. Either you give the total number of rows you want to skip, or you can provide the position, means specify the specified number of rows you want to skip. There are two situations. I'm telling that skip the 5 rows. I'm telling that skip the 5 rows. And the second situation, I'm telling that skip first row, skip third row, skip 6th row, skip 9th row, and skip 15th row. Look at this. I am telling that skip the total 5 rows, and I am telling, if you are saying skip the 5 rows, means first 5 rows will be skipped. But I want to tell that no, instead of the first 5, you please skip the mentioned rows only, specified rows only. So in two ways you can provide the data to the skip rows and will be used to skip the specified number of rows or specified rows from the data CSV file. So now look at this, how we will use this. So suppose this is my data and the same data I'm using here, and there are 3 records and the 1 column header, and now I'm writing here skip rows 1, means that I want to skip the 1 row only. So you can observe that initially the data is this, I think it's not a skipped, the output is shown here, there is a problem. So I'm going to show you through the program. So now header is equal to none. I'm going to remove this. I'm not going to use this. So I'm writing here skip rows and I'm writing 1. Okay. And I want to check what happened. What happened if I'm going to run this code. So now look at this. What happened? Header rows are skipped. Header rows is skipped. So the first row becomes the column header here. The first row becomes the column header here. So I want to skip. Now I'm going to use this column names concept also, and I want to use the names concept with the skip rows concept. How? Look at this. Look at this. Now my both purposes gets fulfilled here. How? I'm just writing here. You can see Control V means I'm telling that read that CSV file and skip the first row from there. Skip the first row from there. Okay. Skip the first row, and instead of the column header, you can use these names as a column header. Use these names, the column names as a column header. So look at yeah, now it's working fine. So first row is get skipped. First row that is containing the imp ID, name and job and salary. That column, that row is going to skipped here, and instead of that imp ID, it's providing EID, e-name and designation path. And if we are not giving this names column, in that case, what happened? After skipping the first row, the next row becomes the column header. The next row becomes the column header automatically for your data frame. Okay. So now this is the one advantage of using the names with the skip rows. Okay, you don't have to delete the column header from the actual CSV file. You can keep your column header, and you can define your another column header, customized column header for your data frame with this skip rows command. Now, so now you understand how can I skip the 1 row. If I'm writing here skip rows 2, skip rows 3, then what happened? We are getting the data frame with the only 1 row, that is the last row. Look at this, 6598. So what happened? I have given here a skip rows 3. I have given here a skip rows 3. So in actual, if you see, this is the row number 1, this is the row number 2, this is the row number 3. So first 3 rows are get skipped, and we are getting the last row only as a output in the data frame. Now, instead of the 1 rows, I'm going to mention the specified row number. I'm not going to tell that skip 1 row, skip 2 rows. I'm going to tell that skip this rows. Okay. So I'm going to mention this. I want to tell that you have to skip this, and wait a minute. Okay. So instead of telling that skip the 2 rows and 3 rows, I'm telling that skip 0 number and 2 number rows. So how we will do this? We will do this with the help of this way. I have to provide in this way, skip 0 and skip third rows. Okay. So 0 and third. 0 rows means this is the imp ID name, and third row, that is the imp ID name is the first row, and then my name, then your name. So that is, so your name row will be skipped. Let us see what happened. Yeah. No, third means Mohit rows. Yeah. So look at this. 0 means imp ID, and the last, that is the third, 0, 1, 2, 3. So third row, that row is skipped here. Okay. So this way we can specify the row number. You can give the continuous number. You can give the non-continuous number. You can provide 0, 1, and 3. 0, 1, and 3. So Now let us see what output we are getting here. And it is not mandatory. We have to skip always 0. We have to skip always 0. This is not mandatory. So now you understand how can I skip the rows. Next is that okay, we can use the DF index levels from CSV. Python Pandas allows us to use the columns of a CSV file as a data frame index level. Means that sometime what happened here? What is the meaning of the index columns? Index column means row number. This is the row number. Okay. Normally what happened whenever we are using the data frame, whenever you are reading the data frame, we are getting this is as an index number 0, 0, 1, 2, okay, 0, 1 and 0. This is the index number. And this index number is automatically generated. This index number is automatically generated. You can observe that. So instead of this index number, I want to use the employee ID as an index number for this data frame. I'm not going to use this 0, 1, 2, 3 as an index number. I want to use this employee ID as an index number. So how it is possible? So it is possible by using the index column. By using the index column argument. With the help of the index column argument, we can specify our own index level. So index column, and then you have to provide a suitable column name. So index column argument of read CSV allows us to use the specified column as data frame index level. Okay, like this. Look at this example. Import pandas as PD, and now I'm writing here df pd.read CSV Python. So I'm just given the syntax here, and index column I'm written the admission number. So look at this, admission number is work as an index column. You can observe that this output, this information is showing something differently. It's not looking like the normal output. It's looking something different. It means that this column is used as a index level. So let's see how we are going to do the same thing with our code. I'm using everything, and I'm going to remove the names and everything from here. And I'm going to remove the skip rows also. Okay, I'm not going to use this concept now. So what I'm going to use here index and call, and here I'm going to write imp id, because imp id is having a space. That's why I'm giving the space here. Imp id in this way, and let's see what happens. Yeah. So now your imp id is becomes the index column here. Okay. If you want to use the skip row, you can use, no problem. But names, I'm not going to use the names here. Okay. So now you got it. Okay. How can you remove this? Now finding the maximum fee from the data frame, because you have already read the information through the data frame. So now you are free to use you can do the any types of the manipulations which you are doing earlier with the data frame. So you can use the any function like this. If I want to find out the maximum salary, I want to find out the minimum salary, I can use this syntax here. And it's a very easy, just max function, mean function. You can call the max function, you can call the mean function, you can do the different types of the calculation also, because you are free to access the column by mentioning the dot notation, by using the dot notation concept, means data frame dot column name. And after getting, because whenever you are accessing the particular column of the data frame, it means you are getting the output in the form of the series. You are getting the output in the form of the series. And now from a series, we just call the function. Through the series, we can call the function, and we are getting the appropriate data. So look at this. In this way, we can print the max, we can print the mean. So this is possible here. And look at this. I'm just writing here df. And suppose I want to print the salary only. So we know their salary. There is a one column is salary. So I'm writing here salary. Okay. And now I'm executing this program. I'm executing this program, and look at this. It's a printing only salary. And you can see that this output is given as a series here. This output is given as a series. I'm going to remove this concept. I'm going to remove this concept here. I'm going to remove this comma also. I'm closing this, saving this file, and running this. And now you can find out it's showing the everything in this data frame. And now I want to find out the maximum. So we have a data frame like this way, and I can write the df dot salary and dot max. If I write this, then what happens? I'm getting the maximum salary. In the same way, you can write here mean, you will get the minimum salary. In the same way, can we write the sum function here? I have some doubt. I forget everything, so I'm just remembering. Yeah, it's working. So we can do the different types of the calculation here. So in the same way, you can write here DF salary max, DF mean, DF everything, anything you can do. So any types of the calculations which you are possible, you think and you think that you can do with the data frame, that is possible here also, because data is already transferred into the data frame. Now it is in the ball in your basket. So you can decide what types of the operations you want to do. Okay. Okay now. So this way you can use the transfer the data and you can do everything. Now, a specified number of rows from a CSV file, we can specify reading here this number of rows. One argument you have already learned, that is called a skip rows. A skip rows allow to skip the specified number of rows. Now you can tell that you only read this much number of rows only. Instead of reading the entire, you can tell that you can read this much number of rows only with the help of the n rows argument. That is the n rows. That is the n rows argument. Okay. So with the n rows, we have to apply the numbers. So read CSV used to apply the number of rows to be read by read CSV method. Okay. In this way, you can give argument like this way. So now I'm giving here n rows 2. So only 2 records are going to read. Skip the remember that whenever you're writing n rows, it's going to read the 2 records. It's not going to count the column header. It's not going to count the column header. So this way we can do this. So now I'm going to write the code here, move it here, and what I'm writing here, comma, and I'm writing n rows equal to 1. I want to read only 1 record, so I'm writing this code in this way. Look at this. And because I have written this statement, so I'm not going to write this statement. I'm going to write here print df also, so that it will print the data frame and we are able to identify what is the actual data inside the data frame. So this is the data in the data frame. And out of this, it's going to print this. And now I'm going to ask the 2 rows. So it's going to read for 2 rows only. Go and sit, please. Don't sit. Look at this. So this way, we can read the data also. Okay, and there is one more options. Instead of the comma separator, we can specify the different types of the separator also. You can specify the different types of the separator. Means instead of the comma, we can specify the different like semicolon, pipe operator, okay, and colon. Any types of the symbol we can use as a separator. So you have to simply specify that separator. Okay, so now I'm going to open the notepad. My notepad is already, no, it's not open. So what I'm doing, I'm going to open the notepad first. Notepad, and with the notepad, I'm going to open that file. That file is not there. So wait. So no. My folder is already open. So I'm going to open that folder, this folder, and instead this, and I'm going to open this file, open with notepad. And I'm going to change the separator. I'm putting this symbol as a separator. Okay, so I can put any symbol as a separator here. So I'm just putting like this way. Okay. I'm putting this symbol. Yeah, everywhere I'm putting this pipe operator. My separator is going to change. I'm changing my separator. You can find out. Okay. So you can find out this separator here. Look at this. So I think almost separator gets changed. Okay. And now I saved the program. I'm closing this and moving in my note. Okay. So look at this. And what I'm going to write, I have to use the SAP argument. It's just like a print statement. It's just like a print statements. We have to use the one argument, and that is called SAP, and SAP equal to, I'm giving this pipe operator, pipe symbol. Okay. So now I'm executing this program and this program is working fine. And suppose if I'm not giving this SAP, suppose I'm not giving this SAP operator as SAP arguments here, then what happened? You can see that okay, what happened whenever you're reading the programs, it's look at this, it's showing the error. The no attributes has the salary. Why? First, look at this output. It's going to read each and every information as a 1 column. It's not reading this information as a 4 column. It's reading the whole information as a 1 column. So there is no salary column is available. The column name is the imp ID, name, job, salary. This is the name of the column here. So that's why we are getting this error message here, because we are trying to find out the max from the SAP. Okay, so if you have changed the separator, no problem. It is the comma separator, we know, but we can use the different types of the separator also here. Okay, so okay, now so this much is enough for today. So in the next class we are going to talk about something different, means how can transfer the data from the data frame to the CSV. Okay,